Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you think I'm nuts. Maybe you think I'm crazy or whatever you think. Does the actual Big Rock have what it takes to beat out the all-powerful X-Max? Man, does it depend upon what they call smiles for miles, or what is it? What is causing me to constantly gravitate over to this Big Rock? Why don't you figure it out? Why don't you tell me? There's a lot of opinions and there's a lot of awesome comments that have been pouring into the channel, and I'm telling you right now, you guys, keep it going. Keep those comments coming. Keep those thumbs ups going, because right now, that's helping support the channel. So, this is effectively part 2, or yeah, this is part 2 or 3. I don't know. Part 2. I'm just going to call it part 2 to the Amain warranty that we had for the Big Rock for the ESC. So in the mail, way before the scheduled time, was a brand new ESC from the company Amain. It literally came in 2 days earlier than what they had said, which is insane. And the turnaround time, I think the turnaround time was like 3 days, which is nuts. So it might have even been 2 days since when I did the warranty claim and like they sent it out. And they even said it was on back order, which was nuts. So it's like they said it was on back order, but then it came like 2 days later or 3 days later, whatever it was. I really don't know. All that matters is we're going to see what the process is from a warranty claim. What are you getting? What's the process of reinstalling a brand new warranted ESC into your RC? If you want to watch this episode from RC Guy Garage, I always say it. You already know what to do, so let's just break into it. This is the box. It obviously came in from Amain. I don't know exactly how they do their warranty. I don't know, like, if this is just a loose ESC, like something that they ripped out of another vehicle, which I highly doubt. But let's see what's inside the box. Hey, look at that. It's an actual ESC in a box. I wasn't sure. One thing I am going to do before I go ahead and toss this in, I think because this vehicle has sat for quite a while, and there are people that have been saying, Guy, your ESC is wet. You just don't know. It's because of, you know, the wiring. So what I'm going to do is I am going to test this out for myself, and I'm not disclaiming anything that anybody says. That is a possibility. This has been in my, well, should I say, it's been on my drying rack for quite a while now, since the last time this thing got ripped. The only thing I did this morning was I took a rubber mallet to it and I smashed off some of the dirt that was obviously stuck to this thing, because I literally just stopped it in its tracks and just pulled the battery out and then called for the warranty. So I am going to take a battery, plug it right in. I do have the controller right here. So I'm just going to do this like literally right on camera right now, just to see if that is the issue. So I have a Ovonic 5200 right here. No, I'm sorry, Ovonic 7600. So this is a 3S pack. I'm going to just plug it into the cell meter and see what the cell meter has to say about where this pack is sitting. This pack is sitting at 98%. Man, I don't know. I'm just so bad. I think this was a battery that I had like prepped to go. So I'm going to turn it on. You can see lights on. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Turn on the ESC. So you see your steering's there. Oh, don't even tell me. This better not be. Oh my God. All right, well, never mind, I'm an idiot. Oh, crap! All right, so the water obviously got into the ESC and caused issue. I'm gonna... See, this is why I'm telling you. I do this stuff for real. the way this thing was acting, and because of the wires. Oh man. So I'm going to have to send their brand new ESC back, because that's not how I roll. I'm not going to have a warranty claim that is fraudulent. So I'm going to take this thing out for a rip, but I am going to insulate the wires first. So let's insulate the wires from the dried out ESC. Oh my God. This is actually awesome, because what does this prove? What does this prove right here? Number one, yeah, I know. You're all saying it's going to prove something. But it's also going to prove that this thing's mint. So obviously before I, and literally this is all on camera. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. I gotta laugh, man. I gotta laugh. All right, so for now, I'm gonna go ahead and place this in the box. I'm gonna do this because, like I said, this is not how I do stuff. If Amain, I wouldn't do that to Amain. All right, so let's shut this off. God. Literally never even threw a pack in it. Oh my God. Well, there's a testament right there to that BLX 100. So that means before the snowstorm, I'm going to be able to get out there and rip it. Oh my God. All right, so what I am going to do, though, is because we did have some serious wire chafing, I am going to unplug these wires right here. And I'm going to throw heat shrink over these wires right here, just to additionally insulate from the arcing that I had thought that it had. So let's just throw some heat shrink on here and basically do the thing that I do with the zip ties, create a barrier in between, because who knows, maybe the ESC reset, but now I'm thinking, man, the water must have got in there and oh, it's not fried. That's insane. All right, so I've got my shrink tubing, I got my heat gun, and I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to approach this, but I want to check the motor wires. There is a little bit of oddity right there. So I'm thinking, motor wire right there seems like it's all right. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have yellow or orange. So for me, obviously, I'll have to, change the coloring that's on there. So I'm going to just use a red, and I'm going to use a red and a white, I hope. Or maybe not. Looks like I need a little bit thicker. So I got this white, which I'm going to toss right over like this. And then the thought was to go ahead and take that and then plug it right in. And that way, it's really protected. And I should be able to feel out where the connection point is. So I'm going to take a red, slide that over, connect that on, and then that way I feel as though it's better protected. So then I just got to take my heat gun, heat that up, that looks like that worked out pretty good. Now, the way the wires were down and in here, the only thing that I want to do is, like I said, I want to do the wire tie trick that I usually do. And all that literally is just taking wire ties or zippy ties that I call them. Some people call them wire ties. I call them zippy ties. I switch in between what I call them. But either way, I got blue and should have a whole bag of black here somewhere. Got like a whole massive bag of zippy ties. I can't find them when I want to find them. Alright. I thought they were right on this table, but I guess not. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. This took me an extra second. Unpack. Guess I could use those ones. Yeah, they're the same. Alright, so I'll grab one of these blacks for now. And then bring you in to show you what I do. So what I do, you see the 3 wires wrapped like that. I'll take one zip tie, put it like this, go right around so that the 3 wires are still separated, right? And this is probably overkill right now, but I am going to do a second black one down towards the end here. Just like that. Then I'll take a blue. I'll bring it through the 2 wires. It's harder than it looks. I mean, it's easier than it looks. What if I spin it the right way? 1. And then we'll go in between the other 2, which this is where this one's not necessarily necessary. Like that, right? Bring that down, tighten that. It's going to be a little different because of the way that wire is. I think I might, should I leave that connected? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it connected. So what you do is you tighten up this one and tighten up this one. Just like that. See what it does is it leaves a space in between. Like that. And it makes it so that they won't chafe. Do you know what I'm saying? So I obviously have that zip tie down the bottom. I can do the same exact thing, basically like that. And what it does is it just keeps a space in between your wires. It's just literally like, what's that word, literally? It's like wire loom separators for spark plug wires in a car. This is basically the same like principle. So cutters. I'll just nip these off. Just like that. I'll plug this fan in. Now the only thing about this fan though, I do have to plug in a battery pack just to make sure that that fan is functioning, because I don't know which way the wire is going. So I'm going to plug it into this jug battery. Let's see what happens. Yep, it's working. All right. So now I can go ahead and bring those wires down like this. And I'll stuff these down in just like it was from original. Just like that. And I'm going to actually leave it. I'm going to leave it like that. So the wire ties on the back side, the nub, so the nub portion, it's actually coming up against the it's coming up against the thing there. The thing there. I don't know. You know what? That works for me. Holy smokes. I'm going to take this big rock out. I'm literally going to take this big rock out right now and just rip it. The batteries are done checking in the corner over there. They're all done checking. I'm not afraid to be wrong, but grab and go. The X-Max killer. All right. Controller on. The truck on here. All right, no, so it is the ESC. All right, so there is an issue. There's some kind of other issue that's going on with this thing. So that's why it's good to test. It's almost as if the motor is detecting like an over temp. Oh, it better not be, but it can't be. Isn't that funny? It's doing the same thing with the stupid... Same thing they're doing, the same thing that my X-Max is doing now. I've just got some bad luck right now. Well, I'm gonna burn this pack if it'll let me. Ah, so I guess maybe it really is the ESC. Yeah, it's doing some weird pulse thing. All right, so it's not me. Yeah, now it's dead. Oh, for the love of God. Well, point blank, that is why you test things. Man, it did on the bench test, it was fine. Literally just walked in. Fans are still running. Isn't that funny, huh? On the bench, it like acted like it was fine. Fans are both working. Man, it's gotta make you wonder, man. All right, let's figure this out. I'm gonna switch over to that camera. Now, do I feel better that that maybe I'm still right? Yes and no. Actually, I was on board with this thing being fine. Could mean, or could it mean that my motor has issues? I still want to say no. And only reason being is because when I did plug in the other 2200 kV motor, and will I have to redo all this? Yeah, I guess I kind of jumped the gun. And that's all right. Now I have to cut my shrink wrap. I gotta take these wires back out of this little wire loom holder that they got here. So, right inside of there, they get this little wire loom wire holder thing here, which holds the wires pretty nice. I am kind of spreading it out. with my finger, just so I don't like shred the wires like what had happened on this piece right here. I am gonna now snip that out. Really, all you have to do is snip the one. So I guess we are going to do an ESC change. That was pretty quick. Thought for a second I was going to have another issue. All right, so now I'm just going to take a razor blade and I'm going to slice, or I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to slice down on the shrink wrap that I installed. And I'm going to end up just doing it again. I could cut it right along the edge, but I'm just going to do it this way. So that one can get unplugged along with the fan. Unplug that one. And what I should do is I should be doing this the right way. I should be slicing it like right there, how I was kind of intending this to happen, because that's kind of why I did this. So what if I just slice it like I was like intending? So just slice all the way around. And then this should now pull apart. Should do the same thing on this one. Slice it all the way around. And then this one should pull apart. There we go. That's kind of how I should have done it. Boy, I'm being such a hack lately. So I will take this off so that they'll be able to see the issue that I had. If they need to see and they're like, hey, why does it look like it has like a slice in it? I'll go check the video, you'll see why. So it kind of looks horrid. So anyways, there we go. ESC disconnected right there. I am going to have to break into the receiver box again. I'll check inside the receiver box just to check to see if like maybe there's moisture in there, but I'm thinking no. I really don't see how it's ESC. I mean receiver issues. So this one right here. Boy, I actually thought this was going to be a running video. Would have been nice. Ran for a second. Is that considered a running video? If it ran for a second. So here's the ESC off of there. Now I just have to get to the switch. So I got the switch right there. So that's obviously coming with it. Now I need to get inside the box. So pop this cover and we'll pull on that box right there. And everything inside there looks great. So this wire that's obviously going
in the center of the shot, what do your eyes see?
The wire that's obviously going from the receiver, what I do want to see is before I pull this apart, how about if I open up the actual thing here, really open up the box and see what came in the box. I think that might be ideal. Boy, I actually thought I was going to be able to rip it. So inside the box, like we already saw, it's a brand new BLX 100 ESC from ARRMA. Or actually, well, it's ARRMA, but this was, technically I guess this was from Amain, so let's see what happens here. I think I like never opened a box before here. The heck? All right. So, yeah, what do we get here? So inside the box, wow, literally Oh, it's even pre-wired. Check that out. It's literally pre-wired with the plug for the fan. So essentially, it really is just a unplug and plug back in brand new ESC. So, wow. All right. And isn't that interesting too? Because it's also going to get rid of my plug. I hope they don't think that this plug was the issue. Because it's not. All right. So there's the wire that's obviously going to go into the receiver box. Obviously the same thing with this. This is the communication wire. This is obviously the fan wire. That is pretty cool. So put that aside. We'll go in here.
Just in case you didn't see it last time, here's another shot.
We'll pull out this wire. That's obviously going to auxiliary. So I'm going to pop that out of there. And then comparing the two, you can basically see that effectively it's the exact same thing. Even the sticker's got the same wrinkle on it. So the exact same thing, ESC for ESC. It is the, well, I mean, it's an IC5 connector without the actual IC5 wire. So technically it's like an EC5. So even though it's IC. So that's the same. Obviously, let's see, we got the blue connector. Yep, blue connector. Yellow for yellow, and then orange. So literally the same exact thing. So this is the old one. Go ahead and toss that in the box. Drag the truck over. This wire right here is what goes inside. This is the auxiliary fan. So black is on the outside edge. So I think I'm going to install or put in throttle first. That way it's going to make it easier, which is ESC, which is that right there where it says THR. So throttle, and then this one, which is the fan, black wire going towards the outside edge, which is the negative. Plug that in. Now what I should do, even though I know I did a bench test before, the thing about this is, what's the setup process? You know what I mean? So it does give you also a manual, just like, because it is a boxed ESC, so also gives you the settings, the variable settings for programming. I will have to, I assume, go through obviously that whole calibration process with this, which is what this is, throttle setup. So obviously it's showing you the throttle setup. And there is the set button that's actually on this little controller, on-off switch. So obviously you're going to press and hold that down as you switch it on, and then everything should be fine. As far as the binding process, the binding is all set, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah. So let's see. So it would be neutral, press set. So this is neutral, full throttle, brake, and then switch it off to accept the programming. So press and hold the button as you turn it on. Neutral. You obviously, on the controller, you want to make sure that if you have any of your settings not like your throttle setting, you want to make sure your throttle is completely neutral in the middle. Like that. So alright, so let's just go through the steps, man. Alright, you don't need to see me like fiddle with that. I'm gonna go on a limb here and show you something. So my receiver wire is actually cut. Now I obviously don't want to say that I did that, but I mean, I suppose it's possible. having your receiver wire cut is definitely not a good thing. And I don't want to say that I actually cut that wire, because I don't remember treating this in any way that would have cut this wire. This looks like a pinch. It almost looks like, however this was in there, that the case pinched it, because you can clearly see. I think you can. And this GoPro is not going to be able to do this, will it? Yeah, it's not going to be able. I won't be able to focus in. Oh, man. I'll have to actually go back in my footage to see how this antenna wire was in there. Because I'm assuming maybe the antenna wire was last. Because that clearly looks like it's pinched. Well, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to stuff that antenna wire down there. And I know that's not going to have anything to do with what my issue was, but that really stinks, man. All right, well, let's keep going. Dang. All right, I gotta fiddle with this wire. Something that I think I've discovered with this. All right. So I had pulled this out, which this is the little gasket, right? Pulled it all the way out. I realized that it's not sliced all the way down. So stacking all these wires on top of each other, there isn't enough room. So I can almost guarantee my receiver wire was nipped by probably the case, the cover. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to very carefully, no bloodbath here, and I'm going to just carefully slice down so that I can actually have this open, like more towards the bottom. It kind of seems a little moronic. See how now I can get... See now I'm sliced basically to the bottom. See what I'm saying? So I'm going with the, I might have to call them about, the receiver. Watch that be a problem. So I guess we might really see how Amain is. So now steering is in. I'll do the fan. Look at that. Much, much better, because now there's actually room for that to get in there. Look at that. Yep. Boom. Right down. And now I'll do the ESC. Look at that. Man, can you imagine? So, carefully slide that down and in. And that's it. And then there would be enough room for the antenna. Holy smokes. Alright, so that may have been part of an issue with mine. So I'm going to go ahead now, put the lid on, make sure it's dry, make sure it's nice and clean. Almost feel like I want to, let's see, so that goes that way. I can almost guarantee that's what the issue was. I'm betting this got nipped. That's the way it looks to me anyway. So I'm going to stuff that on there. Put that on there. There were 3 screws. The shorter one is obviously for the switch. The 2 longer ones are for the ESC. Is that why I'm moving? Yep. No issue with that one, I don't think. Just going to double check it. Just want to double check. No pinched wires. Nope. Take the switch. Put the switch in. That's good to have magnets. Alright. So now I know that's all set. I'm going to leave this wire alone. That one's just going to connect like regular. So that one is going to connect like this. Just like that. And I'll even rotate it. Connect up the fan. Hopefully it's going the right way. Hope so. See the black wire on that side. Doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it is, but black wire that side, black wire that side, it should be lining up the right way. And obviously heat shrink that one to that one. So actually, you know what? This time I won't heat shrink. How about this? What if I just connect the wires how they should be connected, like that? And then I'll do my wire loom stuff right around. God, I just want to get out there. I just want to rip the big rock, man. It's been such a long time. I feel cheated. I feel cheated on the big rock right now. Pull that through. So you get to see me do this twice. So I think I'm just going to go with the 2-wire ties this time. That looks like that should be meant. How that's working. So I'm just going to go with the 2-wire ties. It's definitely keeping a good spacing for now. I'll snip these off. Make sure you cut these at a nice 45. Your mechanic will love you for doing that. So let's see. Bring that down.
So if you pay attention right here, it looks like the wires are crossed. Guys.
Let's see. Yeah, I seem happy with that. Wire in, and wire in. Let's plug it in. Just gonna plug it in. Okay. Gonna do the process that it said with the calibration. So throttle's at 0. So I'm gonna press and hold the button. Well, turn on the ESC first. So turn on your ESC. Turn on the thing here. I'm gonna press and hold. Turn it on. All right. So right now it's asking for the neutral set. So neutral. Full trigger, set, full brake, set, and then shut it off. Now let's see what happens. I'm going to hold on to this so it doesn't go ramming into my iMac. So steering, throttle, and it's reversed. Okay. Ah, look at that. Look what I missed. See what I missed?
One thing that I gotta say about you, guy.
2 wires.
You are literally a bucket full of laughs.
Isn't that funny? How did I not notice that? So I actually reversed the wires. So what I should be able to do is unplug, and then I gotta redo my cables. Oh, I'm fired, man. Just fire me. I'm out of here. See what I did? Oh my gosh. All right, so that's the orange one. Welcome to RC Guy Garage. All right. That works for me. All the wires are spaced away again. Make sure, nice 45 on these, that way you can find them in the dark. Mechanic will love you for that. Gosh, really should buy stock and zippy ties here. Put that down again. Stuff. The calibration shouldn't make a difference. Stuff. All right. I definitely feel, maybe, hopefully, happy with that now. I guess we're going to see in like a couple seconds. Turn it on. Pull the trigger forward. Hey, look at that. Good. All right, time to get out there and rip it. All right, so now it's actually time to finally take this thing out there and give it a rip. God. Try this for
Round 2, fight.
all right. Put this thing on, brand new ESC. Calibrated. See if it rips. Might be appropriate that it's snowing out right now, right?
Thank you for calling Amain Sports and Hobbies. This call may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. If you know the 4-digit extension of the person you are trying to reach, please enter it now.
I don't.
Otherwise, please remain on the line for the next available representative.
Again, this could be a long situation, so we'll see what happens. Oh no! More music for me to... I'm not just kidding, I'm not going to do that this time.